Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite _UK. Sign up to share valuable lessons and develop yourself through sports and life. Personally, I have many mixed thoughts and emotions, including some profound lessons for myself. Rugby, especially the Six Nations Championship, is always a stage where speed, power, national pride, and immense pressure come together. But it is precisely in those seemingly unfavorable moments that a person's true character and values are revealed. Henry Arundell, the wing player for the England team and Bath club, received a red card during England's loss to Scotland in the Calcutta Cup after 2 yellow cards. The match, held at Murrayfield, ended with Scotland winning 31-20. This immediately placed him in a very worrying situation. Would he be able to participate in the crucial match against Ireland at Allianz Stadium, Twickenham? This was not just a question of technical ability, but also one of psychology, honor, and responsibility. According to the statement from the Six Nations Championship organisers, an independent disciplinary panel consisting of Nigel Hampton KC, Offiza Toniu, and Donal Courtney reviewed the case. Arundell admitted to committing the offences that led to the 2 yellow cards.
The panel upheld the red card decision but concluded that, in the specific context, including the fact that the first yellow card was for a technical fault and the second yellow was for a different type of behavior, the penalty of being sent off was sufficient and no additional sanctions were necessary. He was allowed to return to play. I clearly feel the fragile boundary between glory and pressure in elite sports. Just one moment of loss of control, one imperfect decision, and everything can change. I think that in a highly competitive environment like Six Nations, where every play holds both tactical and psychological significance, mistakes are inevitable. The important thing is not whether we make a mistake, but how we face up to it. I particularly noticed the detail where Arundell admitted his mistake. To me, this admission is a manifestation of responsibility. In today's society, many people try to avoid mistakes or blame the circumstances. But in professional sports, where every action is under scrutiny, being honest with oneself is the first step toward growth.
The decision of the disciplinary panel also gave me much to reflect on. They did not deny the seriousness of the red card but did not impose additional punishment after thoroughly considering the circumstances. This shows humanity and a balance between discipline and fairness. I believe that any system from sports to society that combines principles with understanding will create a more sustainable environment for development. The match at Murrayfield was not only a loss on the scoreboard for England. Arundell's departure caused a major disruption to the team's structure. With no suitable replacement on the 3-man bench for the defensive line, coach Steve Borthwick was forced to adjust. Finn Smith moved to the center of the attack, and Tommy Freeman shifted to the wing. I could feel the difficulty a team faces when their initial plans are thrown off by an unexpected situation. I realized that in any collective, whether a sports team, a business, or a family, every individual is a vital link.
When one link faces a problem, the entire system must adapt. This isn't to blame Arundell, but to emphasize the interconnectedness of responsibility. One person's actions always have a ripple effect. Currently, the England team stands third in the Six Nations rankings with 5 points, while France leads with 10 points after 2 rounds. Therefore, the match against Ireland at Allianz, Twickenham is crucial. I can feel the weight of pressure on the whole team. They need not only a victory but also an immediate mental rebound. I wonder, what is going through Arundell's mind right now? After days of waiting for the hearing, after knowing he won't face further punishment, he might feel relieved. But alongside that relief, there's certainly a desire to make amends. I believe that for young athletes, every setback can be a turning point. If they can transform pressure into motivation, they will mature more quickly. From this story, I've learned the lesson of emotional control.
In tense situations, a spontaneous reaction can lead to unintended consequences. Whether in sports or in life, being calm and clear-headed is always the key. I remind myself that success doesn't only come from talent, but also from self-discipline. I also think this is a moment to view athletes in a more holistic way. They are not perfect machines. They are human beings with pressures, mistakes, and a learning process. Rather than harshly criticizing, we can choose fairness, recognizing mistakes, but also being ready to support their comeback. A fair system is not one that punishes the hardest, but one that fully considers context, motivation, and consequences. And a grown person is one who dares to face the consequences of their actions. I also think about the role of coach Steve Borthwick. Choosing the lineup, the backup options, or deciding whether to give Arundell another chance are difficult decisions. I realize that leadership is not only about organizing tactics, but also managing trust.
When a player has gone through a crisis, the coach's trust can become a powerful source of motivation. If Arundell plays in the match against Ireland, it will be an opportunity for him to prove that he has learned from the experience. But even if he doesn't score or shine brightly, playing with focus and discipline would already be a step forward. I believe that an athlete's value isn't just in their sprinting or try-scoring abilities, but also in their ability to rise after making a mistake. In my own life, I have made mistakes and worried about the consequences. There have been nights when I wondered if I would ever get a chance to make things right. Arundell makes me believe that if we are honest and willing to learn, opportunities will always exist. I think the important thing is to maintain the true spirit of sportsmanship. Sports are not just about winning, but about the journey. Every failure, every penalty, every disciplinary decision is part of the developmental process.
When we cheer with respect, we are helping to build a healthy sports environment. I've learned a profound value: tolerance combined with responsibility forms the foundation of progress. If there is only punishment without the chance to correct, people will live in fear. If there is only leniency without discipline, society will lack order. The balance between these two elements is what I see in the disciplinary panel's decision. I believe that moments like these, though small in the grand flow of global sports, still carry great meaning. They remind me of the value of calmness, of taking responsibility, and of believing in the possibility of correcting mistakes. I hope that when Arundell steps onto the field, if he is selected, he will bring not only speed and technique but also the lesson that has deeply resonated with him. And I, too, make a promise to myself: every time I face a mistake, I will not avoid it. I will face it head on, learn from it, and move forward with a stronger spirit. This isn't just a lesson for an athlete, a fan, or a team, but a lesson for all of us, those who are always on a journey to improve ourselves.
Goodbye from Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Learn from mistakes, grow through challenges, and maintain the spirit of sportsmanship.